Hey! Today I'm going to talk about being an eco-friendly Lolita because the environment is something that's really important to me. All of my tips aren't going to apply to every Lolita, but I think that most of them will apply to most Lolita. So first off, lots of Lolitas sell things online that they don't want anymore. If you are one of these people, or if you might in the future be one of these people, save every box you can. Save your shoe boxes, save boxes from packages you get, save them to ship things out in the future. If you keep buying a box from the post office or from the dollar store every time you want to ship something out, think of how many trees are getting cut down, and also think of how many dollars you could save. I mean, you could save a lot of money just not buying boxes and reusing ones you already have. And shipping labels, sometimes they're really hard to get off. All you gotta do is cover them up with scrap paper. Mom brought me this giant roll of brown scrap paper home from her work, and I just use it to cover up all my boxes. Another thing you can do is go to thrift stores. Lots of Lolita find things at thrift stores that work great in a Lolita outfit. And even more likely, you'll find something that could work great in a Lolita outfit with just a tiny bit of altering. So definitely try it. I mean, it's always worth it, and if you can find something that works great, you're going to find a great deal, almost guaranteed. It's a thrift store. So definitely try that. Another thing you can do is to buy locally. Try to buy something from a Lolita store based in your own country instead of a Lolita store, say, based in Japan or based on anywhere else far away from you. And another thing is most Lolita buy things secondhand. So encourage people to buy, sell, trade with each other in your local community. That way, y'all are right next to each other. You don't even have to send it in the mail. So think of all the gas that you're saving, like from it getting shipped one way or another. Think of all the fossil fuels that won't be getting spent on that. And also, think of how much money you're going to save on shipping. You guys are going to save a lot of money on shipping. Most of these tips help your wallet too. So another thing you can do is have a tea party or host a picnic and use foods made with sustainable foods. Like, you don't have to use all organic, free range in every dish, but if you can use just a little bit, like use free range eggs or use local tomatoes, organic strawberries, just a little bit helps. I mean, you can make a lot of little changes and make a big difference in the end. So, if you drink tea, there are also ways that you can make that more sustainable. The most obvious would be drinking organic tea because then all those pesticides and fertilizers aren't going in the environment. But there's also drinking loose leaf tea, which is good because you don't have all that paper waste from the little packages and the little bags, and it actually makes a better tasting cup of tea. Like, I guarantee you, it does taste a little bit better if you use loose leaf tea instead of tea in one of those cramped little bags. Also, never throw them in the trash. Don't do it! Don't throw them in the trash! You can reuse tea leaves multiple times before they lose their flavor. They will become decaffeinated, so if you drink it mostly just to wake you up or make you feel alert, it's not going to work for you, but they will still have their flavor. You can reuse them a lot of times. But even if you're done using them, reusing them, you don't want to reuse them, still don't throw them in the trash. Throw them in your yard. If you don't have a compost pile, just throw them in your yard. No one's going to notice them in the grass or the dirt. They can return to the environment and become dirt and fertilize a pretty flower. Think of your tea leaves fertilizing a beautiful flower and be happy. But don't put too many tea leaves in the same place on a plant that you like, especially if they've only been used once, because caffeine is a mild herbicide, so if you put too many in one place, it will kill a plant. If you put a little bit, it will help the plant. So if you make your own clothing or accessories, try using more sustainable materials. If you make your own clothing, use a little bit of organic cotton. You don't have to use all organic cotton. Little changes add up. If you make jewelry, avoid plastic. You can also do this when buying things. You can try and commission a seamstress and ask her to use some organic cotton fabric that you picked out, because a lot of seamstresses will buy the fabric that you ask them to buy and sew something out of it. Ask them to buy organic cotton. And you can avoid plastic jewelry as well. When cleaning your garments, you can A, try to conserve energy, or B, use an organic or all-natural detergent. When you're trying to conserve energy, it would be ideal to hand wash your clothes and then hang dry them, but I understand that not everyone has that much time. So the only real alternative is to wash them on an eco-friendly setting, or if the delicate cycle is shorter, that helps, but you're probably doing that anyways because those clothes are expensive. Of course, you want to put them on delicate. Also, you can wear your clothes like twice before washing them. As long as you're not like sweating in them and they don't get stained, they're good to go again. As long as they don't smell or they're not stained, you can just wear them again. They're really not gross or anything, I promise. And not only is this better for the environment, conserving energy, but it's also a lot easier on your clothes if you're actually going to put them in the wash and the dryer, because that really can damage your clothes over time, and you don't want to damage clothes that you spent that much money on and you care that much about. That's craziness. Sorry for the webcam wiggling. Okay. That's really all the tips I can come up with. But I'd really love to hear if you guys have any, because if there's anything more I could do, I'd like to know. And also, any other comments you have, I'd like to hear it. Any suggestions for future videos, I'd like to hear it. So I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. So until next time.